second. I need to do this in a specific way. Need to launch it, then immediately go to OBS and grab it. We good? There we go. Ah, shit, no! No, okay. Okay, let's try again. God, I need to grab the window without it registering a click. I'm frozen? I'm frozen. Is that true? Let's try this again. Yeah, look, I'm moving. Oh wait, shit, I need to go back to the... Wait. Okay. This doesn't matter much. It is a thing I've always saw when I was a kid. But it's this. It's a little off screen for me, I'll fix it for myself, but at least you guys can see it. The amazing 3D rendering of 1994. Look at it. Look at it in its 10 frames per second. Is it even 10 frames? Like 5 frames a second? And then the amazing title card, which as a kid blew my fucking mind. The music is probably a little loud. I'm gonna turn it down a little just for this part. Because you have to listen. You have to breathe in that sick electric guitar solo. You gotta bask in it. Because this is my goddamn childhood right here. So, Quest for Glory 4, Shadows of Darkness, is part of a multi-game series. However, the reason that's important, and oh god, I wish I could turn this down for myself. Because, do you see an options for that? You don't. It's 1994. The reason it's important is because when we want to... We could create a character and we can choose from I think it's a thief, a warrior, or a wizard, or something like that. But you could have started at Quest for Glory 1 and imported from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. Which drastically changes your stats. Now, we're going to be importing from some save somebody I found online somewhere. And
please insert your saved character disc from any of the first 3 Quest for Glory games into the disc so that your hero can make the journey to Quest for Glory, Shadows of Darkness.
Exactly. The reason we're importing...
Your character has been successfully imported. Welcome to Shadows of Darkness.
I'm gonna let him talk whenever he wants to, because I love his voice, and huge nostalgia. Anyway, it's the Paladin. You cannot be a Paladin unless you have imported your character. Why is this important? Why would I want to be a Paladin? There are multiple ways to complete the game, each with their own... The thief has his own ending, the wizard has his own ending, the fighter has his own ending. I don't know what... First off, I don't know what the ending for the Paladin is. Secondly, the Paladin can do almost every quest that everyone else can do. If you started as, like, the wizard, there are thief things you can't do. If you started as a fighter, there's wizard things you can't do. The Paladin gets magic and lockpicking, or pick locks. The only thing he doesn't have is acrobatics, which you're going to add to begin in the beginning. He also has the ability to fix quests that were otherwise just terrible endings for the characters involved. There were a couple things, if you played as any of the other 3, you're like, wow, I wish I could have resolved this problem in some way. Well, sucks to suck, I guess. The Paladin can fix it, because he's a Paladin. So many reasons you want to be the Paladin. Yes, Deus Ex Paladin. It's not like he gets a random reason for being able to fix it. He can't, it makes sense. But man, it sucks, because some of those characters you feel really bad for, because their lives, or unlives, are fucking ruined, or horrible in a weird stasis state, if you do not fix them. And you're the hero. You're a 1994 hero, you gotta fix the problems. So anyway, we're gonna get past all this loud music. I could go over some of these, but I don't care. There we go. And let's start.
You awaken from nightmares of flying and falling. You find yourself in this strange place. The only illumination.
Halo.
An eerie.
Also, High Strike, Limus, Zerasark.
You've lost your weapons and the contents of your backpack somewhere during the journey. All you have are the clothes and armor on your back. This leaves you with 4 burning questions. Where are you? How did you get here? Who brought you here? And how in blazes can you get out of here? No, make that 5 burning questions. What city did your luggage end up in this time?
So, start off, you have no idea where the fuck you are. You were... all the shit you did in the other games, it doesn't matter. You keep getting transported around. So, yeah, John Rhys-Davies, a.k.a. Gimli, a.k.a. the Professor. Gimli from Lord of the Rings, a.k.a. the Professor from Sliders, which is a great show that not a lot of people know about for some reason. So, because that music was really loud, I played this a lot when I was a kid. I only beat it once, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing because I don't know when I actually got this game. It released on CD in 1994. I was bad at it. I got lost constantly. I didn't know what I was doing, but I did manage to beat it as the thief. And I'll explain how to beat it as the thief when we get there because it's really funny and stupid. I am almost positive I lucked into that ending. The first half of the game, I think I know pretty well. The second half, who fucking knows? I'm going to actually pause it. If you go up here, it pauses the game. We are actually on a timer. It's an invisible timer, but the timer's there. Shit will go bad if we don't do certain things by certain times. There is a hard endgame state failure, but there are also multiple failure states that you can run into along the way, which we will talk about as we get to them. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of seemingly random things that you're like, that seems grindy, that seems weird. I'm doing it to prevent the future fail states. But again, we'll get into that. I think that's about it. The narrator is amazing, so I'm going to try and not talk whenever he's talking. I will attempt to remember what to do. Yeah, 90s Adventures game space. It's not as tough as King's Quest. King's Quest is fucking awful in comparison. This game is rather fair. And you know... the game does a lot of signposting. You know why you're going to fail, and then you fail. You might not know the solution, but you know the course of events. You don't need to find a key item in the first chapter that will miraculously beat the end boss in the end of the game. King's Quest spoiler. And if you don't have it, you fucking fail and have to go all the way back. It's not nearly that awful. It's a good game. I will say this is a much better game than that. At least in fairness. I also think the story, the characters, the plot is also rather interesting. So, this might be self-explanatory, but a lot of people didn't grow up in the 90s. So I'm just going to go through all the controls really quick. I can right-click to change quickly between different actions. I have my actions at the top: walking, looking, touching, talking. All of them have a little neat like animation, like little mouth turns and vampire fangs. Little zombie hand with some bones. So there's a little like weird finger thing, and an eyeball looking around. Oh, whoa! My cursor may not be accurate sometimes. Little walking feet, which is cute. Then we have special extra things. We can turn to running or walking. We can turn to stealth. We can sleep, which is important at some points. I think this is our stat page. Yeah, stats. Which honestly largely aren't going to come into play. At least not in a... What number are we? It doesn't really matter. Either we succeed at a check or we fail at a check. I think that's just weight and the acrobatics flip, which normally only the thief can do. But because we put every single fucking point into acrobatics, we can do the flip. And that will help us gain access to some things and make other obstacles a little easier. Let's see. Then we have the special action. I will fight you, Zerasark. This is where you keep your magic and all your magic. Because we're a paladin, we start with magic, just like the wizard, except because we're an import, because you have to be a paladin, and because if you're an import, that means you beat the game, the third game, we have a lot of magic to start with. We have open, detect magic, trigger, dazzle, zap, calm, flame dart, fetch, force bolt, levitate. Reversal, Juggling Lights, and Lightning Ball spell. These all cost mana, and if we used our thing, we could get a little more information on it. Uses 8 magic points or magic skills, yada yada yada. Let us try Juggling Lights. Hey! It actually also lights up the room temporarily. Not usually useful, but we'll see what we can do with it. That's all for magic. Then we have our we have our current item selected, so we could actually try to use our armor on something, such as ourselves.
You're already wearing the armor.
But if we're already wearing it, John is a little mad at us. Inventory. We can examine all of our stuff. We have 1 crown, whatever a crown is. We have plate mail armor, which weighs something, but our strength doesn't really matter. Plate mail armor consists of sections of plates welded to flexible chain links for superior protection. You wear leather padding underneath the armor. So, all that fun stuff. Keyboard, I believe, is just all our settings and stats. I'm gonna just make a new save. No, I don't want to delete. How do I replace? There we go. I did play this a little bit again, like I want to say like 8 months ago, just to make sure it worked. And I got about halfway again. So it's not like I haven't played it since 1990 whatever, but it's been a while. But onto this screen. The screen's important. First off, I'm going to turn the volume down. I think the volume is actually good where it is. You guys let me know. And yeah, same. It's pretty stable now. We're going to keep the speed where it is. We might move it up when we're walking around. That's pretty much the only time it matters. Skill's going to the fucking bottom. The unfortunate part of this game, the combat sucks. The combat is just bad. It just doesn't work good. Detail will go up because it is 2021. I think our computer can handle it. Autosave's on, blah, blah, blah. And we just save that again. Yeah. Alright, so let's actually play the game. You know what? Let's look around.
You are in a large cave, dimly lit by glowing lichen on the walls. Strange.
Skill is only combat.
Mountains of stone grow from the ground, looking like the skeleton of some enormous beast. Here and there, petrified human bodies seem to grow half in, half out of the floor and walls.
Let's look at ourselves, maybe. You're looking heroic today. Carrying some shit. Carrying some shit. We can carry 9,900 quarks of weight.
The deteriorated corpse has grown partway into the cave wall.
And because this is a 1990s game, 1990s adventure exploration game, we need to look at a lot of things. Oh, wait. Sorry, I didn't actually want to go over there. Sometimes looking at things will move you to the spot, and sometimes you actually have to walk there to examine it. Or you can examine it from afar. But I want to specifically walk over here.
You stumble and fall over the ancient petrified corpse.
We're such a
As you
hero.
pick yourself up, you discover a dagger and some coins on the dried out dead body. It isn't going to use them anymore, so you take them.
It's the sound of progress. So now we have a dagger. Flat-handled dagger suitable for both close-in fighting and throwing. So we can throw it if we wanted to. What happens if we use... Oh yeah, sorry. I didn't use our tools on our hero here. So looking heroic. We didn't touch ourselves.
Straighten out your jacket and retie your boots. Appearances count. No one seems to be listening.
Now, this using the talk command on yourself, really important for like 1 or 2 instances. Usually you don't need to do it. I didn't know you could fucking do it. And for one quest, I just kept talking to everyone and no one gave me any information that I could use. You had to talk to yourself or use the talk command on yourself which means you're telling someone something or you're asking someone something specific. It's a little weird. Conceptually, it's a little strange. It works, but you don't talk at yourself for such a long time that you forget it's an option. It's a little confusing. And then, what if we use our dagger on ourselves?
You trim and clean your fingernails. Neatness counts.
There is so much extra fluff dialogue in this game. It's fucking incredible. What if we touch the corpse?
You find nothing else useful on the body.
Well, what about this body? Or its stack of bones and skulls?
A brief search reveals a piece of hard grey rock, which you take, and some coins. 3 crowns and 13 kopecks.
Good to loot the bodies. And what is this? Flint. You have a small gray piece of flint, much like the one described in your famous Adventurer's Survival Course manual in the fire starting section. You vaguely remember something about using flint and steel together.
Find 30 assorted copper and gold coins.
So I hope you're ready to look at the environment, because we need to do that a lot.
That didn't do anything.
And whenever we fail, he's going to say that. We're going to hear that a lot.
You are in a large cave.
We saw that.
You are in.
Let's see, can we walk over here? We're not in a great place, you might imagine. I'm actually just forcing him to walk along in certain locations just to see what happens.
The torch is firmly embedded in its holder. This is some kind of altar to the Dark One. The top is covered with sand. Torch holders flank the altar to provide light for nameless rites and unspeakable rituals. It looks like a torch, but there doesn't appear to be any pitch or other flammable material on it.
He will pathfind. It is not cruel in that sense. He will, if he is capable of walking somewhere, he will. If he is not, it will say you can't get there, I think. But sometimes you can use other tools to get to different locations.
This torch is firmly embedded in its holder.
That torch is a torch. So what if we, I don't know, use flint and steel on it?
Strike sparks off the flint using your dagger. Torch soon begins to burn, almost as if by magic. This is some kind of...
Well, the torch lighting didn't actually do anything. I don't think. But that might be important for later. That would be in the second half of the game. So, what's this thing at the end here?
It seems to be a kind of stone valve, acting as a door to the passageway beyond.
I'm going to save. Now, how do I make a new one? Do I actually have to go all the way back? Oh, right. You don't get many save slots. So, yeah. I'm just going to slowly replace my other saves. Beginning. Oh, I thought the audio fucking cut for a second. So, let's try to open that door.
The valve won't budge. If you had a bit more light, maybe you'd be able to see how to open it.
A bit more light. Well, what if we tried to jam it
Your
open?
attacks have no effect on the door valve.
Oh no. Wait, can I take this torch? You just call your first save 1. Also, hey, Umaduck.
You take the torch.
Ah, this torch you can take. That's what I was thinking of. Oh yeah, you can use items on other items inside the inventory.
That didn't do anything.
All right, we're holding the torch. We have a little bit of light. Now maybe we can open this door, if we can see what we're doing.
You force the sphincter open with your dagger. Pass through.
We're like 20 pixels there, Saint, so yeah.
You've made it into a large chamber. Stone valves, like the one you just passed through, apparently block 3 other passageways. There is a huge stone altar in the center of the room, and an exit to the south.
Mysterious. We also see a fucking sword and a shield over here. Let's,
The corpse has long since decayed into a dry husk, but his shield seems to be in pretty good condition. Lying next to the dead warrior are a battered sword and a coin pouch.
Seems good to me.
You gratefully retrieve the shield and battered sword from the dead warrior. You hope that they will serve you better than they did their last owner.
It's all about knowing how to use it, right? Let's see, we got a sword. Battered and worn, you can't get it to hold a proper temper. Still, it's better than fighting barehanded, or even with a dagger. And a shield. The best offense requires a good defense. The shield helps keep you alive long enough to do both. Which, what? Do we need to actually equip this?
A hero's life may be tough, but that's no excuse for seppuku.
What happens if we put the shield on us?
You clasp the shield firmly, ready for battle.
Alright, I guess we're equipped. Alright, what's up with this thing in the middle?
The rough stone altar is covered with dark stains as of blood long since dried to powder. You'll feel a creepy, uneasy sensation whenever you pass near it. A stone valve blocks this passageway to another part of the cave.
So these are all the same. We came from the right. Let's see if we can go into any of these other rooms. He also mentioned there's a way down here. Although if you weren't paying attention, you might not know there's a way down there. So it's important to pay attention.
Try as you might, the stone valve will not open. Perhaps this isn't the right time.
Paying attention can also be just difficult, because sometimes you get hinted things, and you don't need to care about it for a while. So, you know.
Try as you might.
Alright, so none of these open. Pretty sure.
Try as you...
What if we touch the altar?
The altar feels strangely warm to your touch, but leaves a deeper chill somewhere within you.
That's not great. Anyway, let's get the fuck out of here. Oh no! It's bats!
As you approach the exit, you are confronted by 2 flying creatures. They have bat wings and spider-like bodies.
Oh god! Flying spiders! Okay, okay. Is this it? Yeah, there we go. This is how we're going to be doing the combat. We're going to be doing it automatically, because this combat is trash!
In a bitter battle, you are better than the batters. You kick some butt, too.
I might demonstrate it later. It feels bad, it's too fast, like especially on modern machines, it is just too fucking quick to react to properly. And some of the, like, actually challenging enemies will fucking destroy you if you're not perfect. So, skill low, auto fight.
The batter wasn't carrying any valuables. Besides, its body is really gross.
Combat is actually not a huge part of the game. So it's not really a huge, a big deal. Yeah, the HP combat in the 90s is fine-ish. Still isn't good, but it worked back then.
Something deadly lies in wait nearby.
Our hero sense is tingling. Also, we're poisoned. I don't know if we had a spell that helped us with poison. No. So, why don't we save here? Also... Okay, autosave is on. Ah, and it did one for us. Oh, god damn it. Gotta get rid of this fucker. There we go. So, what's going on here? We got a rope.
A heavy rope bridge spans the deep chasm.
Got some tunnels.
You can see the entrance to a large cave at the bottom of the pit. You catch an occasional glimpse of a horrid, multi-tentacled monster just inside the cave.
Tentacle monster.
A massive pillar fills much of the upper ledge. There is a wide ledge of stone near the opening that leads back into the heart of the cave.
So, how do we get across this gap, I wonder? We could just try taking the rope bridge. And here is what makes it kind of an interesting... what makes this game unique to me is that depending on what you have or what abilities you have, you can do things in different ways. We can also fuck with the rope if we wanted to.
You cautiously test the rope before crossing. It feels as though it's firmly anchored on both ends of the chasm.
Now, because we're very fucking magical, we could just fly. But what happens if we say take the rope?
A rope might be useful, but it's firmly attached on both ends. You think about cutting it loose, but then decide that you may have to come back this way again.
Fortunately, it prevents us from fucking ourselves in the future, because surprisingly, we have to come back here at some point. Weird, right? Why don't we just cross over hand? Oh no, tentacles!
You just barely made it across the pit.
You can see here at the very top, that's our stamina, I believe. Well, this is our mana, and this is our health.
You can see the entrance to... It doesn't.
So, kind of a red herring. At least on the way over, the tentacles can't attack us. I don't remember if it can hit us on the way over, like the way back. I guess we'll find out. Hey, if it's above or it's below the Dark One altar. I mean, if you're gonna be a tentacle monster, that seems like the place to be. Also, that fucking entrance.
Slip through the mouth of the cave, just in time to avoid being crushed by its closing jaws. As the cave mouth closes behind you, you feel a strange warning tingle. There is danger here, although its source is not immediately clear.
Danger tingle. Yeah, hero, jog over those stepping stones.
You are alive! Only one person has ever walked away from there before. Who are you? How did you get here? Oh, there are so many questions I want to ask you, but I have to get home quickly. It is so dangerous out at night in Mordavia. The town is due north of here. Be careful. There are many bad things wandering around. Good luck. Oh, by the way, my name is Katrina. I hope we meet again sometime. Farewell.
Alright. So that's Katrina. And she's just hanging out in front of the evil dark lair. And it's like, hey, what are you doing over there? And we're like, who the fuck are you? And she walks away. So... But she did give us something important. We are in the land of Mordavia. Also, why don't I take a look at this?
The cave mouth looks like the jaws of some horrid creature, waiting to chew up and swallow anyone who should be so foolish as to try to enter the cave.
Just that big fucking teeth. Though it also looks like you could slip under it pretty easily.
This symbol is a stylized representation of a crossed pair of bones. The cloud symbol is a traditional representation of breath. And of course, the dark cloud symbol is a representation of bad breath.
I like that he added that in and the text doesn't even fucking match it.
This strange symbol is the traditional magic representation of the senses. This looks like a throbbing heart. This symbol is really abstract. You may have seen it once before, described in an ancient book as the sign of essence, or one's inner nature.
Oh god, the townsfolk are like the best part of the game. Oh, fucking, we gotta go through every single bit of dialogue with them because they are amazing.
This symbol looks like a mouth with pursed lips.